Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Good morning. This is Wednesday edition of the Morning Digest, and I'm your host Moses Mayori, and this is going to be an amazing last broadcast of January for Wednesday broadcast, and I'm so excited to be part of this, and we're so grateful. Imagine the month is done. The month is gone, and we have to look forward to the year, but we are still in the beginnings. Remember, this month we are basically looking at how can we maximize the year, see what we can do, correct where we went wrong, and also be able to find a new thrust into the year. But before we do this, the link is already out. It's already out. Here it goes. It's already out on Facebook, YouTube, and all our socials. And hear me, if you have not liked or subscribe to follow our social media links, please do so, because that is going to help us to to get to you as fast as possible once we are on air, and once something is on air, you just get it as a quick one. So let's do this. Please send it, put it on your status, put it, or give it to your friends, give it to all the people you can find, put it on your WhatsApp groups. Most of you are in WhatsApp groups all over, so please do that, and then we shall be I've sent mine to all my friends. You can find me. There you go. All right, it's refusing to go. Yeah, there it has gone now. All right, our link is out. Everything is ready. Please call your friends, let them know that this is a moment to just look at the year with a positive side. We have a great guest today, imagine, and we hope that you will be able to glean a lot of wisdom, a lot of wealth of knowledge from our guest. My friend Wycliffe is in the house. This is his first time to be in Elevate Television, and let's give him an Elevate welcome. Karibu.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Please look at the camera and introduce yourself.
My name is Wycliffe 𝗏𝗟. I'm a personal development coach. I help people to understand their passion and also to reinvent themselves so that they can achieve much that God has given them. Thank you so much for
Wonderful.
having me. Yes.
Wycliffe, when we gather people here every time, yes, we always ask people, where do you come from? How did you come to where you are? How did you manage to, to what you're doing right now and finding yourself? Just shortly, a little bio.
Great. I was born right here in Kenya, but early in life we went through a lot of challenges, and so I had to reinvent myself to unhook myself from the challenges. And so after that, now I studied leadership and personal development and marketing and missionary studies. All these combined now made me who I am. But I fellowship at CITAM, Buruburu, and I thank God for you having me here.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I'm glad to have you here today. Elevate, Elevate is very pleased to have you today.
Yes.
And we are so glad that you could find your way here. We have an interesting discussion with you today.
Sure.
We are talking about, we have been dealing with the year, because this is the first month. We are at the gate of the year, yes, and we would want everybody, our viewers, ourselves, to be able to maximize this year at the best we can.
Yes.
We have people who have visions. We have people who have, even church. I'm sure your church has a word for the year.
Yes, we have.
We have companies. They even have their strategy for the year.
Yeah.
They have vision for the year.
Yes.
So everybody has something to guide them in the year. And today we titled our discussion, "Seeing to Seize."
Seeing to seize.
Right? Seeing to seize. So that what you can see, you can lay hold of it.
Very true.
And I want you to begin from just there. The element of sight and an element of being able to lay hold of the things that you can run with?
Thank you so much for that question. So I think what we need to begin with is to differentiate between sight and vision. Well, sight is seeing now, vision is seeing the promise, seeing the future from where you are standing.
Okay.
And everything that you'll ever achieve that makes meaning, according to any human endeavor, will have to stem from vision. Because God says that where there is no vision, the people will perish. And so the aspect of sight, there was an American lady called Helen Keller. And Helen Keller was born blind and disabled in the 18th centuries. So she was asked one thing, what is the worst thing than being blind? Remember, she was born blind and all those disabilities. And this was one of her great answers, which has now lived with us all over these years. She answered, the worst thing than being blind is to have eyes but not able to see. She was thinking in terms of having eyes but not able to see, meaning having sight but lacking a vision.
Lacking vision.
Yeah, so for you to achieve anything, the beginning point is you must have a vision. A vision. A vision is what now directs you towards what you want to achieve in life. Without vision, there is nothing you can achieve. And that's why even in the book of Habakkuk, the Bible talks about when God shows you a vision, the first thing you do is to write it down.
Write it down.
And why do you write it down? You write it down so that you begin the process of planning to actualize the vision that God has put in you.
Amazing. So the vision is key before, the vision is key, is what will propel you into what you're supposed to get. Most people start the year very energetic, very psyched up, let me use that word. Very psyched up and motivated. But as the year goes by, we begin to notice either they are no longer motivated, they are not psyched up, they are not energetic as they were, they seem frustrated, or they seem like all that was a momentary thing. And I'm sure you encountered this.
Yes, I have.
And we are at the beginning of the year right now.
Yes.
And we have very, people that are very, they say, this is a year I must shape up, this is a year I must lose weight,
Yes, yes.
this is a year I must buy the house,
Very
this
true.
is a year I must read more books. What sustains that figure, that excitement, that motivation?
I think the first thing you need to have is you need to have a burning desire. A burning desire to achieve whatever God has put in your heart. Which leads us to the word purpose, which is a Hebrew word which means original intent. Why were you created? What were you created to do and to achieve? So once you understand purpose, then as you plan and work around this original intention of God creating you, then now you can now begin to project it into the future, which now we call it, because vision is seeing the future from where you're standing. But to answer your question, why do people start the year sprinting and then along the way they slacken? I think the reason is, number one is fear. Fear. Yeah, the fear of unknown. I want to start a business. I have a plan to start a business, but probably I don't have enough resources. So that fear makes me to slow down. Number two is doubt. Doubting yourself. You doubt, you don't think you have the capacity to do. In Genesis 1:26, God created each and every one of us with potential. He said that let us create man in our own image and likeness. So we have the capacity to create. And then the last thing is indecision. Indecision, which leads to procrastination. And procrastination affects time. And time is what now the year is all about.
I'm thinking about in numbers. Keep talking. So I'm thinking about fear. You said you said fear,
doubt,
and
indecision. And now the last part, which is indecision, leads to procrastination. Each day, God gives us 86,400 seconds. Now, time in itself does not bring anything to us.
Yeah.
What brings something to us is the value we bring to time.
Oh.
So for you to bring value to time, you must first of all become valuable. Yeah. So the first step is to become valuable so that you can bring value to your time. And that's why in Hebrews 12:2, it talks about Romans 12:2 actually. It talks about be ye transformed by renewing your mind as the year begins, as the year unfolds. What is it? What are some of the errors of 2025 that you want to eliminate so that you move forward in 2026 with a clear vision and knowing where you're going? So that's why the Bible talks about be ye transformed by renewing your mind. So it means that if we are going to face 2026 and achieve much more in this year, the first thing we have to do is to renew our mind, to develop an appetite to read books, to attend seminars, to get people who can guide us so that we eliminate errors in judgment that has caused us maybe to not to succeed in 2025.
So we have those three things we must deal with.
We must deal with those
We
ones.
must deal with fear, doubt, indecision,
Yes.
and procrastination.
Procrastination, indecision leads to procrastination.
Indecision will turn us into...
And just to cut you short, the best way to deal with these things, because the three bunches causes us to stagnate and even to live low lives, even poverty is part of that equation. Now, to flip the coin, we have to get a set of three more to counteract the first three.
You have to use the other three to...
Yeah, so the first one we have to use is, number one, we have to have desire. The Bible says, whatsoever you desire shall be granted. So the first step to counterattack the other one is desire. But everybody else in the church, in the marketplace, or everywhere, they have desire. Now, this desire must be to the level where it is bothering you. I call it a burning desire to achieve what you didn't achieve in 2025. Because without desire, the desire is the beginning point of success and achieving anything great, even as the year unfolds. Number two, to counteract that, you must also have faith. You must have faith. The Bible says that faith without action is actually dead. So if you have faith as little as a mustard seed, then you can move a mountain. So if there was a mountain in 2025 that you didn't move, the first thing you need to do is to activate your faith. And everybody that Jesus healed, he healed him or her based on faith. He said that your faith has healed you.
According to
so number three is you must take action. You must take action. You might have all these plans, all these resolutions to achieve A, B, C, D, but if you don't take action, nothing moves. Now, God gave us a very good formula. The formula is 6-to-1. The equation is 6-to-1. He worked for 6 days and rested for 1 day.
Wow.
So it means that you have to work more than rest. And the day you rest, you don't take a blanket, you reflect. He looked at what he had created and said, it is good. Yeah. So if you exchange the equation that God has given us of 6-to-1, then the garden will be taken over by the weeds. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah,
what a reflection.
Yes.
The 6-to-1 is the equation of God.
Of God.
Gave you 6 days to work, 1 day to rest.
But
and
the day
those
you
days
rest,
of rest is a day of reflection.
You look at
what you have done so that you can say either it's good or bad.
Or bad, or do I need to have a...
But then you have more rest than work.
If you have more rest than work, then you can't achieve much. Even if you pray, you can't achieve much.
There has to be more work.
Because the Bible says it gives seed
to the sower.
If you are ready to sow, then the seeds will be available.
Amazing.
The seeds will be available.
We're still talking about people who start in what you call gusto.
Yes.
And along the way, we find that these same people are no longer excited. And you've given us why, the reason why they would do that. And you said, you began by saying about vision and how to plan. You also mentioned something about planning as in the beginning. There's so maybe for you to give us something about the place of planning, or defining planning, seeing, and also because sometimes I find that most of the plans are wishes. Just good wishes.
Yes, yes, yes.
I wished. So in your wish, you convert it into a plan.
Okay.
But then, what is the key to even that plan? Now that you have planned, you have put the things together, you have understood. What is the key? And I think you've mentioned it at the end of it.
Yeah, I think to answer your question, I think what you need to do, even though you have a plan, because again, as I said in the scriptures in Habakkuk 2:2, it says that when God gives you a vision, what you do is you write it down so that you begin the process of planning. Now, when it comes to planning, the best way to plan, probably in 2026, number one is to get knowledge of what you want to achieve. That's the first thing. The first thing is to acquire knowledge. If it is business, get knowledge. If it is leadership, acquaint yourself with knowledge. If it is, if you are a student, gather more knowledge. Now, knowledge will make you have an opportunity to see things easier, and when you see, you'll know what to do, where to seize them. And then in that dimension of planning, the other thing you have to do, you need to have a positive attitude. Attitude is key, because you can have a plan, but you have a wrong attitude towards what you've written down. So it means that you might not as well look at your list again, because your attitude will say, after all, 2025 was this way. I didn't achieve much, so that attitude will lead you to go back to 2025. But as we face 2026, I urge our viewers to decide to develop, number one, an appetite to read and gather knowledge. Number two, to develop a positive attitude towards your life, towards what you're doing. And then number three, you have also to develop some skills. Right now we are in the AI era, domain. So you have to, you don't just say,
I'll come to that area of skills. Okay. Because I think we are running ahead.
Yes.
The area of skills. Because my key, I'm a bit detailed on some things.
Great.
My key is to see this year.
Yes.
In fact, the question should always be, how do I see the year?
Yes.
So that I can lay hold of it. And what does it mean to lay hold of the year?
To lay hold means...
Or to seize.
To
use your words.
Means to be in charge, to take control.
To be in charge.
Because if you don't take control of the year will run you over. And I am sure some people, it's already... we are moving towards the end of January, which means we are now heading to February. So the question is, the way you've done things in January, can you use the same pattern to do things in February? So if you find that you've started on a wrong path, then probably you need to reorganize yourself and change, because if you do things the same way you did in 2025, you'll get the same results. Actually, the year is the same as 2025.
Yes.
What will change is when you change. When you change, then things will change.
The year is the same?
The year is the same.
You are the same
We
guy?
have January to December.
To December.
We have 24 hours. We have 7 days a week. What is different from 2025?
Changing.
You have to change. And if you don't change, then you cannot initiate anything meaningful to your life.
Changing. Actually, what people call change of the year is themselves changing.
Actually, the themselves changing, but for you to change, you have now to, like I was telling you earlier on, you have to transform your life, your mind, because vision will always be clear when you understand what you want to do, when you understand yourself.
Let me talk about that mind, because you've come through about it.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
Changing your mind, and maybe you've used a place of reading. So meaning mindset is very key in your movement.
Yes.
So what are the key mental habits you would give someone to change the mind beyond reading?
Beyond reading. You need to surround yourself with positive people. As Psalms 1 talks about, a blessed person is the one who walks around. And then towards the end it says that it will be like a river, a tree planted by the riverside. So it means that you need to associate yourself with what I call eagles, because eagles are flying. But if you surround yourself with people who are crawling down the mountain, down to the valley, then you will be influenced by the surrounding that you have. For example, let's talk about Abraham and Lot. Yeah. Lot was blessed because he associated with Abraham. The fact that he got in contact with Abraham changed his life. The day he disengaged himself from Abraham, that was the end of Lot. And so, other than reading, you need to create an environment, because reading in itself requires an environment.
And by the way,
you need to
there's this argument that has come, I'm sure you've heard about it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Reading versus learning.
Reading versus learning.
Because you can read.
Yes, you can.
But do you learn?
Okay, the how to put it in a different way is that reading gives you knowledge. Yeah. Knowledge in itself does not have meaning until you apply it. Yeah. The application of knowledge is now what we call understanding. For example, if I have a gadget, I need to read the manual. So once I read the manual, then I will have an understanding on how I will gather knowledge and then have an understanding how it works. Then now the application of that knowledge is what now is called understanding. But when you go now deeper, you now develop what is called wisdom, which is the power to solve a problem. Yeah, so for you to achieve much in 2026, you need also to have an appetite to read and then apply what you've read, and then now God will now help you.
So the mental habits is about reading, about changing your environment, turning the people around you. Because the truth is, actually, bad company will always corrupt good.
Very true, very true.
And be part of it. And so, as we look at the seizing the year, laying hold, taking control of the year, I think in those points you've given,
yes.
what we needed to do, what was the cause of the hype, and how to deal with it. Now we are talking about a mindset.
Yes, mindset.
So you talked about a positive mindset. You talked about reading.
Yes.
You talked about change of environment. When you talk about the mind, there is a mind that is progressive.
True.
And there's a mind that you can wear that is retrogressive. I may be looking like I'm going around the same thing, but my kick is to build something that somebody can work with at home. Talking about, if you have to have that kind of mindset that
yes,
I must progress this year, there must be movement forward. How does it play? And I want you to talk about two areas. How does it play between you and then now the element of building the same, spiritually?
How does it? How does what does?
Because sometimes
yes,
we when we talk about creating a positive mindset, it looks like it is you doing all these things. Is there a place for God in that element?
In all these things, the central focus is God. Because again, if you take, for example, Deuteronomy 8:18, it talks about, it starts with the word remember, it is God who gives you the power to create wealth. Now, this word power is capacity. Yeah, it is God who gives you the ability to create wealth.
Yeah.
Now, in everything you do, you should always begin with God. Because when you begin with God, your faith will be activated, you will have more desire, and then you will take action knowing that whatever you plant will yield something. So the God factor is supreme above everything else. Yes.
We're going to go for a break shortly. Yes. And I want to finish with that matter of the mind.
Great.
Talking about the mind and being able to seize the year. I want you to bring in the place of discipline. You said there must be action. You must take action. No matter how good the plan is,
Great.
You must take action.
Yes,
it doesn't matter if it's written in a gold pen, you must take action.
Yes.
The place of taking action and discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah.
Discipline is key, because without discipline, even though you have a vision, you cannot move. You can never achieve anything. Now, failure is always caused by errors in judgment, repeated every day. You have errors in how you use your time, how you use your money. So every day you have errors in your life, so you cannot achieve much. So to succeed, all you need to do is to develop a few practical disciplines, and you apply them every day in your life. Yeah, so that you form a habit of successful people. Yeah, you develop if you have an intention, then now the discipline will help you to convert that intention into what I call mechanism to achieve the outcome, which is the vision, the long-term dream that you want to achieve. So if you don't have discipline, you might be a talented footballer or musician or even a pastor, a minister of the gospel, but if you don't have discipline, then the devil will come to steal, kill, and destroy your future. So discipline is key because it keeps us controlled in our domain so that we don't go overboard. Every time we want to go overboard, we remember the laws of God and they keep us within the domain. Yeah, so discipline is key in terms of success. Yeah.
Discipline is key in the success. And you say, I like the word, how you put it. You know, the things, you must set a set of things that you discipline yourself to do repeatedly.
Repeatedly, every day.
Yes, because the challenge we always have is, I think for me, the discipline aspect is very major.
Let me give you an illustration before we close. If you go to buy the seeds from where they sell the seeds, it's always written behind the packet, keep in a cool, dry place. Keep in a cool, dry place. Yeah, so if you buy it and then you come home, you keep it on top of a table, it will remain there. But the seeds have potential to succeed, to give you harvest in 2026. The seeds have potential. But you need to have a discipline to go and plow, to go and water your seeds, to go and take care of the seeds. So that discipline will now help you to get much from the seed. Everybody of us is endowed with seeds of greatness. The only danger we have is sometimes we don't have an understanding of our capacity. Sometimes we rely on our past. If 2025 didn't work, so probably 2026 will not also work. But I'm here to encourage our viewers that God has put great potential for us.
Look at that and so speak directly.
God has put potential inside you, and He's waiting for you to provoke what I call the law of discovery. The law of discovery says that everything you ever need in life has already been created by God or made by mankind, awaiting your discovery. So God is awaiting you to discover that thing that He has put inside you. Yeah. So if you don't do that, then you don't have a chance.
Amazing. We're talking about discipline. We're talking about having to be able to repeatedly do some things in your life to capture the ear. As we go for the break, remember to call your friends. And in the break, we shall be picking your comments. We shall be picking your questions if you have any. You need to go into our social media handles, and you should be able to comment there. God bless you. See you after the break.
Thank you.
A divine appointment is here. Apostle David Juma, together with the Kariobangi North pastors, invites you to the Festival of Hope Crusade.
Hawa ni watumishi wa Mungu, tuwakaribisha katika crusade ya tumaini ambayo inaingia hapa Kariobangi North.
So much excited to invite you to Festival of Hope 2026.
A powerful gathering of worship, the word, healing, and salvation.
Come with the blind, come with the lame. We believe the anointing that will operate in that place will heal the sick.
Come, listen to the word of God and receive Jesus.
Mlete wagonjwa, mlete wale waliodhoofika.
Featuring evangelist John T.L. Mashbach from the Netherlands and other anointed servants of God. Music by Street Praise and All Churches Mass Choir, among others.
Utabarikiwa jinsi hujawahi ona kwa maisha yako.
Welcome all, hata watoto.
This is the time for Kariobangi to heal, to change, and to transform.
Come and encounter the Lord in a mighty way.
From Thursday 5th to Sunday 8th February 2026, 4 p.m. daily, plus a special pastors and leaders seminar 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Wednesday to Friday. And women and youth meeting on Saturday, 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Vijana tukuje to represent God to the fullest.
Come to jinsi ulivyo, God anakuhitaji.
Let's attend as we turn this city upside down.
Hii ni yetu, tujitokeze.
Moja muone Mungu akifanya mambo makuu.
Venue, 𝗪𝗃𝗃𝗃 North, next to the police station.
Wewe mwenye uko Darfur, Gedhembe, Kanyama, Hillstone,
Korogocho, Bright Industry, Takisama.
Imekaribishwa watu wote wa Nairobi. Karibu kwa hiyo crusade.
Tukutane mahali pale.
Don't miss to come.
Come one, come all.
We'll be happy to have you around.
Na msikose.
Welcome back. We hope that you called somebody and you're able to, get in touch with us on our handles down there. We are talking about seizing the ear by seeing the ear at the same time. And we are so grateful to have Wycliffe in the house today, a man of great wisdom, a man of great understanding. And we are so honored and privileged to have you, Wycliffe, here.
Thank you.
We were talking about disciplines, and we found a place where you said something amazing, that discipline, you may have the best idea, you may have the best gift, you may have everything.
Yes.
Discipline will cause the enemy to steal it away.
Very true.
And so this year, don't allow the enemy to steal anything from you. Remember the seed. I think he closed with talking about the seed, that we all have seeds of greatness in us, and we must learn to work and discipline ourselves towards discipline, towards working it out. When we talk about the plan, you said somebody has to write down a plan. When you get a vision, you have to write it down. How do you align this plan? How do I put it? How do you align this plan with the values that you have and the purpose that you said, you talked about? You said, I have purpose. You must find your purpose.
Yes.
Now, this is a plan, so you have to align it with your purpose, or it has to align with your purpose, why you are created, and then your values. So, how do you do that?
Maybe we should start by saying, giving a formula.
Yes.
I know some people are not comfortable with formulas, but it's V plus M is equals to O. V stands for vision. So vision plus mechanism is equals to outcome. So it means that even though you have a compelling vision, you must sit down and have a mechanism. A mechanism is where you have a strategy. A strategy is what now breathes life into the vision, so that the O is equals to O, outcome.
Outcome.
So you can never get the outcome of a vision if you lack in the area of mechanism. So in the area of mechanism, this is where you need to plan. And planning now will depend on how much you are knowledgeable about the area that you want to venture into. Yeah. Another thing, it also depends on the skills you have. Because if I'm going into business, I will not, I will need to have some business skills so that I can have a vibrant plan. A plan that when people read, they can see the end from the beginning.
And maybe you can put this up for me, because it's important. I read somewhere that if you borrow a vision, or what you call borrowed vision, borrowed vision will lead you to burnout.
True.
How do you make a vision? For instance, and when you say borrowed vision, it means it's not your own vision.
It's not your own vision. Yeah.
Right? And I'm looking at a place of an employee.
Okay.
This is their vision for the year.
Yes.
It's there, it's in there, but letterheads is in everything they do.
True.
It is in front of them. Or even better still, let's go to church. Church, they also have a word.
They have a word, yeah.
How do I move from being a borrower to owning that vision? Because it must happen in my life for the betterment of the organization or the betterment of my life. How does one go there?
The first step, you must buy the vision. As a worker or church, you need to integrate yourself with the vision.
Give me the process of buying.
And you have to internalize the vision and own it. If you don't own it, there is no way you can move with it. Now, once you internalize it and you own it, you will be able to initiate what the vision stands for. So if you don't own it, you might not really move into the direction of helping the company. So you'll find you're having a burnout because the vision is not aligned with your attributes and what you stand for. So you have to buy the vision and internalize the vision and accept it and own it so that you can now move with the vision.
Because, and I like that, because if that vision remains at the board, remains with your MD, it remains at the company, notice board.
Yes.
It may never come to pass until one buys it and is excited about it.
Yes, yes.
And what is who's supposed to make it? Who's supposed to sell it? Of course, the ones who the proponents have to sell it, but the other one has to buy it. And the mindset of picking a vision that is not yours and working it through to see it come to pass, or a word like what we call in the church, or maybe what we call a vision for the company. You coming in, buying into it and making sure that this is what you're supposed to do, and you align yourself with it, and you begin to work through it. The success, is it yours or the company's?
The ones who are employed, even the Bible talks about working diligently, so that, because the work helps you to pay bills, to earn a living, and so it will only be fair if you give your all to the company. That John Maxwell says that non-growing organizations is as a result of non-growing leaders. In other words, we can have an organization, but if the leader has not grown, the worker has not grown, the student has not grown, then the company will be fatigued. So for you to align yourself and escape the burnout that you're talking about, you need to, number one, change, change yourself to align yourself to the vision. And change is not always easy, because change is a process where you have to leave certain things. You leave your comfort zone, and now you have to go the hard way. So, but with diligence and understanding where you are going, with time you'll get aligned to the vision, and then you'll achieve much more. But sometimes also it's good to ask questions, because a question is actually a subject to the answer. So whatsoever you ask, you need to ask questions where you're not clear. For example, if you are employed, you need to go to your seniors, go to your pastor, your bishop, and ask questions so that you have clarity, and that clarity will now help you to align yourself with the vision of the institution. So you need to do research. Research is defined as the study of something to find an answer in a systematic way. So if the vision is written, then you need to take your time and study so that you find your answer. And these answers will set you free, will liberate you, and now will help you to align yourself and be integrated as you work well.
Amazing. I think you've done it well, executed properly. As we look at the year, my brother, there are several things I'm looking at. The year in itself, you may have this vision, and I want to repeat this and ask, what do you do? Because you need to keep moving.
Yes, you need to keep
moving. The year does not promise you anything.
Yes, it doesn't.
It is huge changing. What happens to the setbacks? What happens to the eventualities? Because they are there in the year, and you look at them, and there are things you cannot do anything about.
Great.
And this one I want you to use as an encouragement to somebody.
Okay, so maybe you're watching us, and 2025 has not been was not good to you. You started January, and probably you still have the little sparks of 2025. And so what I want to encourage you to do is to look at yourself in the mirror and know that God has created you with full potential. And the only way you're going to succeed in 2026 is to understand your capacity. You need to understand your capacity, then you need to have purpose in life. What are you doing? What are you standing for? If you don't have purpose, then somebody else will give you their purpose, and it might not be big, it might be a minute thing. You need to go back to school if you have to learn, so that you can now see things clearly. Yeah, because if you are going to do an exam and you have revised well, you will be excited to get into the exam room. But the day you go to the exam room without revising, you'll begin to panic, and so many things will happen to you. You might not really succeed in your exam. So in 2026, what you have to do, you must believe in yourself, believe in the beauty of your dreams, and work hard. God is always on your side. Keep pushing. If you started and the year was not good, then keep pushing. Keep doing it again. Do it again. Obstacles will always come. And sometimes, instead of saying I have a problem, just say I have a challenge, because there is a possibility to get a breakthrough. Yeah.
Somebody has greeted you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, and saying you are their publisher. I don't know. You have also published a book. There's a book there. You wrote a book, and this is one of your books. I think you've done several books.
I've done 9 books.
You've done 9 books.
Yes.
Seeing to seize.
Yeah.
I want to just use this one.
Seeing the power of seeing.
The power of seeing and seizing.
Yeah.
The ego's flight begins with vision, and every destiny unfolds that vision. That vision is seized. When destiny unfolds when the vision is seized.
Yes.
Maybe sometimes just to ask you, what caused you to write this book? What was the reason? Because I sat there one time with an author. An author was seated where you're sitting.
Great.
And they told me, in fact, there's one I'm expecting to bring up the other day. He told me he has had these manuscripts for the last 5 years. They've just been in him, so he just felt this is the time.
Yes.
Did you have this the same way?
My first book, which is called The Winner's Mentality, had a lot of challenges because it was my first book. Getting a good publisher was a problem, and the publishers I got at the time needed me to print more copies, and I didn't have the capacity to do that. So along the way, I found out to do small copies using what is called print on demand. And now I was able to move from one point to another. So when I was called to speak in different seminars, after speaking, as we have a cup of tea, they will ask me, do you have a book? And then I say, okay, I need to write a book. Yeah. So this is one of all my books are good, but this one is one of my best books. It's called The Power of Seeing and Seizing.
The Power of Seeing and Seizing.
It talks about if you see an opportunity, will you have the audacity?
Our viewers can look at this, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah. If
you're saying something.
Yeah, if God gives you an opportunity, if an opportunity presents itself, will you have the capacity to seize? Yeah. I like what Revelation 3:20 talks about. It talks the word behold. It says that, behold, I stand at the door and knock. It sounds like an opportunity. Then it says, if anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and we'll dine together. So in this 2026, have you grown your capacity to the level where an opportunity will knock at your door and say, let us sit down and discuss the future?
Amazing. What is the key thing in this book? I've not read it. I've not read it, and I think you can attest to that. What are the key things you want to bring out in this book? What was the goal of writing this book?
The goal of writing this book was to tell the readers that whatever you need in life, you have the ability to achieve it. But all you need is to have a vision. You have to see it clearly, seeing it before you achieve it, because destination will require you to have some direction. So the direction that you face will now lead you to what I call the city of success, the vision. So for you to achieve much, you need to have a vision. You need to have a mental picture of where you are heading to. When a plane leaves the airport, the pilot can hardly see beyond the mountains. Now the pilot has to rely on what is called a flight plan. It's the flight plan that leads the pilot to the destination where they're going. So if you don't have a vision for yourself, then you might leave the airport flying to nowhere. And 2026 will be challenging without a vision.
It's very challenging without a vision.
Yeah,
and so the power to see so that you can seize is very important. And you have a very big eagle there.
Yeah. The eagle is a bird that is used in many cases. The Bible, even God, the lion and the Bible and the eagle are used. The eagle represents audacity, that you can move, you can separate yourself from the crowd and still achieve, so long as you can see where you are going. And then one of the attributes of the eagle that I like is the talons. It has the talons, which you can see here in the book. When it grabs something, it doesn't lose it. But it can see almost 8 times powerful than the human eye.
The sight of an eagle is amazing. You can see from very far.
And it has a strategy. You can see before it comes to pick the chicken, it goes round. It finds a strategy. It checks its surrounding to see if there are any power lines, any obstacles that can hinder it from coming to pick. Because the speed that it will come to pick the chick, the hen will only see the shadow. And maybe in the evening when the hen goes back, it will say that speed must have gone with one of my chicks. So one of the greatest attributes of the eagle is it has speed. When it sees something, it is decisive, it goes for it. It doesn't get distracted. When there are storms, it goes above the storm and uses the storm to fly. And
amazing. I want you to ask something. Define success in 2026 for someone.
My definition for success is the obtaining of a worthy goal. And goals, of course, are stepping stones to achieve what you want to do. So success is defined as the obtaining of a worthy goal. Is the goal that you have in 2026 worthy? If it is not worthy, you still have time. We are just getting into February. Now you can go back and rewrite your plan and change it. You are not a tree. It's only a tree that cannot move. But you can move and change it and simplify it and start it small. You don't need much to succeed. All you need is to have a clarity of purpose. You don't need like a lot of money to start a business. All you need to do is to have a plan. And the plan, probably somebody is asking me, how can you start a business without a plan? Let me answer you. The first step to start a business, for example, is to get a name and register a name, and you can now begin from there. So thank you so much.
Amazing. It's starting with that. My mind is caught up in the discussion, what you just said there about starting small.
Yes.
Because there's this concept that the vision must be these 50 pages.
I get
it must look like an academic paper.
Yes.
And you have to have a thesis inside.
Yes.
And there's so many things.
Yes.
How can you break down all that thing into very manageable, something simple? You said start small, that you can start small with and manageable.
What you need to know is that whatever thing you want to achieve, you'll always achieve it, however how long it takes. But now you need to start with what you have. What do you have? What do you have?
What do you have?
What do you have? A gentleman who was working in Brazil, a port called Fernando, is called 𝗃𝗃 from Ghana. He was working in a coffee plantain. So as a slave, and later on when he was going back to Ghana, he hid 5 seeds of cocoa in his pockets. But when he got to Ghana, he decided to plant the 5 seeds. He could have decided to call people and come you test how cocoa is. So because of that one gesture of 𝗃𝗃, Ghana was now able to become the #1 producer of cocoa in the world. Because of one gesture. He had an opportunity, he seized the opportunity, and then converted it into now the roads which are being built, the hospitals, and the success that is going on through one gesture. So what in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that what you have is not little. It could be in the equivalent of the 5 seeds. But what you do with what you have will determine how the year will unfold. And
the 𝗪𝗶𝗃𝗃 effect.
The 𝗪𝗶𝗃𝗃 effect. Thank you so much.
You know, we have a very short time remaining.
Great.
And I want you to be practical now.
Yes.
And say, talk to somebody, how do you handle delay setbacks that are going to come? Because delays will come. Yeah, delays, maybe you have this, you know, timelines, your put list, you know, but this I should be done this. You know, we have perfectionists in life who literally put things they have to go this way. If it doesn't go this way, then it's not. I want you to talk to somebody to be, how do you handle delay, and how do you take the posture to handle delay?
Delays in life are not necessarily bad per se. Yeah, sometimes they are caused by lack of preparation. It can cause delay because poor preparation prevents proper performance. So how do you deal with delay? You wanted to start something, but you are stagnating. The first way to deal with delay is to go back and do a self-analysis. Analysis and ask yourself, what is it that I need to do on this venture? Or what is it that I have done on this venture that has not given me results? And I was saying earlier on that if you repeat the mistakes of yesteryear, you'll still get the same result. And I also say that this year is the same as 2025. All you need to do is to change yourself. So if you want to seize the opportunities and fight the delays, you need to have the 3 things that I talked of in the beginning. The number 1, you need to have a burning desire. It has to reach to the level where it is bothering you. It is bothering you that the year is already going to February. But I have not done anything much. So you need to be disturbed. You don't need to sit comfortably waiting for relying on what the pastor say that I see your house. Don't rely on that. What you need to do is do a self-analysis and then now begin reorganizing yourself and your steps so that you don't have hesitant steps. You move faster, much faster.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
What are the key qualities, just off your feet, you would recommend somebody to carry this year? It's like asking somebody, what would you know, these are the kind of clothes you should have, you know.
Oh, great.
The key qualities that you feel are very key and, you know, very, 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 very important for you this year.
I think the first key is, first of all, you must be somebody who relies deeply in God and asking God every time, what should I do? Another thing, you need to have integrity, because as Billy Graham says, that integrity is the glue that binds our life together.
Yes.
So without integrity, you lose so many friends and opportunities will slip away. So you need to have, people should know you as a man or a woman of integrity, because integrity will now open for you the door. Another thing is you need to set goals, be a person who keeps on changing goalposts. When you see there is an obstacle here, you ask yourself, how can I overcome these obstacles? Another thing you need to do is you need to develop an appetite for reading. As Joshua 1 says, that this book of the law shall not depart from your mouth. You should meditate on it day and night. Then there is a gap there which says, from there you shall make your way to success. So you need to develop an appetite for reading. Then you need also to check your area of influence. Which people do you associate with?
Yes.
If you have toxic people, they will definitely lead you astray. So you need to get some eagles around you this year and move forward.
Eagles. What if I can't come near eagles? Where are eagles found? What if I don't know where they are found? What will I do?
Eagles are everywhere. They are, when you want to see an eagle, you see that they are moving forward. They are not moving back.
There's somebody I was listening to somebody the other day,
yes,
and they said something very interesting about being one who is able to becoming a solution-oriented person. One of, you know, the quick skills you need to have. being a solution-oriented person, being a person that can be able to adapt quickly. What do you talk about that?
Well, the world is moving so fast, and one of the things I have realized is that when you go online, sometimes you find that you are bombarded with a lot of information. So the challenge people have right now is to sieve this information and to pick what is relevant to help them as they move. So if you are a swimmer, a world champion in terms of swimming, and you are traveling with people and the boat capsizes, and then you are trying to swim and people are holding you back, even though you are a great swimmer, you will drown.
What a picture.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, if you don't take care of the information that you consume, what gets inside you, you are destined to go astray. So you need to get all the things, all the relevant information that you need, and use them to move towards the direction of your vision. Because vision requires you to have knowledge to move. It requires you to have skills to move. It requires you to have a positive attitude to move. It requires you to develop a habit, a routine, that daily when you wake up you pray, you read a chapter or two, you go back to, you have a to-do list so that you sieve out the things that you don't need. Then you avoid clutters around your life. And then you disassociate yourself with people who are pulling you down, so that you get the blessings of someone.
Amen.
Yeah.
Now, our time is really gone.
Oh, great.
I want you to do what I call something, in my days we used to say muito. Your remarks, your closing remarks, and just call out people and show them 2026 is here, please. This is your chance.
Thank you. Dear viewers, thank you for staying tuned all this time. My closing remark to you is simple, is that God has created you endowed with great potential. Now what you need to do is to understand your capacity and move towards the direction that you want to do. And nothing will ever come your way if you don't change. You have to change. If there are things in 2025 which are making you to slow down, you need to change and introduce new things that will move you forward. Yeah, so I want to wish you a new year full of success, and God is on your side. Now keep moving, don't stop until you get it. Yeah.
There's always a question I ask people who sit there. If somebody asked me for your contact, should I give them?
I think you should give them.
I should give them.
You should give
because
them.
Some people will text me, some people will call the station and say, we want to talk to that gentleman, or we want this and that. Yeah. Where can people find your book, finally?
You can get my book, you can order my book.
Okay, give us your socials and your contacts.
My socials are just Wycliffe Mpg. Wycliffe Mpg in all the social media handles. Wycliffe Mpg, and my contacts are 072-333-5887. 072-333-5887, and you'll get the book, the copy.
Amen.
Yeah, thank you so
much. All
much.
right, that has been Wycliffe Mpg in the house today. He is the one who's graced our broadcast for Wednesday Morning Digest. Thank you for all of you who've been online. Thank you for all of you who have been watching on television. We want to thank you for being our partners in any way, the way you've been praying for Elevate Television. Some of you have been giving, and some of you have even been commenting and being part of our followers. We want to ask you, as we get into 2026, increase your partnership by getting somebody else to come and become a partner with Elevate Television. There are numbers on your screen. Call and find out how you can partner. There are many ways. We want your partnership in many ways, for us to do what we must do, for us to produce, for us to do many things that are laying ahead of us. We need you as our partner. Please call those lines, text, and let us know how we can work together, become an Elevate partner where you can be counted as one of those that are spreading the gospel and causing the kingdom lifestyle to be influenced in our environment. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. I want to wish you a good day and an amazing day. Keep it locked at Elevate Television. My name is Moses Miruri. We'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you.